Hello and welcome to EDP Renewables North America. EDPR is headquartered in Houston, Texas, and owns and operates wind farms in several states. We're committed to being a good neighbor in the communities where we do business, and we understand the importance of protecting people and the environment. We're committed to the health and safety of our employees, co-workers, and the public. Our goal is for your visit to be enjoyable, informative, and most important, safe. Health, safety, and the environment, or HS&E, are core values at EDPR, and it's something we work hard to improve every day. This orientation was developed and is provided as a safety resource and guide for visitors. However, it's not intended to be the only or primary source of safety awareness and education. Each of our wind farms is unique, and there may be additional information specific to this site that will be provided by your site representative. If you have any questions or concerns during your visit, please don't hesitate to ask. Wind farms generate electricity, and as with any industry, there are potential hazards associated with the work we do. Some of the obvious hazards on wind farms are high voltage electricity in the substation and turbines, working in high places, and working around heavy equipment such as cranes and large trucks. There are also other things on the site that may not be as obvious but can still harm you. Because your safety is our priority, we ask that while visiting our site, you follow a few simple rules. So let's get started. First, in order to keep a record of your visit, we ask that all visitors sign in and out on the visitor's log. Company policy prohibits anyone from possessing or being under the influence of alcohol or illegal drugs while on EDPR property. Firearms are never permitted on company property. This includes your personal vehicle. Also, all visitors should be aware of the site emergency procedures. In an emergency that requires an evacuation, you'll be instructed by your site representative on the proper safety precautions that should be taken. For safety reasons, we have a dress code for all employees, contractors, and visitors while on the site. Long pants, a shirt with sleeves, no tank tops, and closed-toe shoes are required. Also for your safety, there are some areas of the site that are restricted unless you are accompanied by one of our site team members. One of these areas is the substation. Because of the dangers of high voltage electricity here, only authorized people are allowed in this area. Another restricted area is the wind turbines and the areas around them. Because wind turbines generate electricity, there are potential electrical hazards inside the turbines. Also, there is the possibility a tool could fall from the top of the turbine. This is why only authorized people are allowed in and around the turbines. The maintenance shop is an area where technicians work and tools, equipment, and chemicals are stored. If you'll be visiting a restricted area, personal protective equipment, or PPE, such as a hard hat, safety glasses, and safety shoes will be required. Your site representative will let you know what PPE you'll need to wear in the areas you will be visiting. Although this is not a chemical plant, some chemicals are used in the maintenance of the wind farm. Most of these are oils and lubricants, cleaning fluids, and acid in the substation batteries. A book of material safety data sheets containing information about all of the chemicals is kept on site and is available to you. If you have any questions about any chemicals, please ask a member of our site team. If you'll be driving on the site, please wear your seatbelt and obey all posted speed limits and traffic signs. Reduce your speed where workers are present, visibility is impaired, or road conditions are not favorable. On some sites, livestock may be located near the access roads or turbines, so always look for these animals as you drive on the site, as they may react suddenly in an unexpected manner. We share the roads with the community, so please provide right-of-way to farm vehicles, work vehicles, and school buses. Also, it's important to stay on established roads. Don't cut across fields or park a vehicle where the exhaust system could ignite dry vegetation. At this site, we must be good stewards of the land and respectful of our landowners and the environment. These are EDPR core values. As part of that stewardship, we ask you to remain on the site and in areas where we're authorized to be. In general, that means that we stay near the turbines, the substation, and operations building. Also, remain on the access roads and don't venture onto sections of property not associated with the wind farm. Some areas of the sites have gated access. All gates should be left in the condition that they were found. Remember that housekeeping is an important part of safety and protecting the environment. Please help us keep the site clean by putting any waste in the trash receptacles. Be aware there are a lot of different types of animals on the site, both domestic and wild. Don't feed, harass, or try to capture any of the animals. And report any potentially dangerous or invasive wildlife so that they can be properly controlled. Avoid any unnecessary destruction of wildlife. Unless you have a direct confrontation with an animal where your safety is in jeopardy, staying clear of wildlife is the best strategy. Be mindful of the presence of certain flora and fauna. Your site representative will advise you of any endangered, threatened, or special status species. Always obey posted speed limits at the site. Part of the reason they are here is to minimize the chance of any accidents with wildlife. Help us protect the environment. In addition to the emergency plan for safety, this site has a spill prevention, control, and countermeasure plan, otherwise known as an SPCC. This plan is required by federal law and includes requirements for preventing and responding to spills of oils, fuels, and other petroleum products. Please notify your site representative of any spills that you might observe. As part of our commitment to the environment, we conduct wildlife studies before the wind farms are constructed to minimize any impacts to wildlife, especially birds and bats. We also conduct wildlife studies after construction at many of our wind farms. We've talked about our potential harm to wildlife. Let's discuss briefly some of the critters that can harm us. Snakes, both venomous and non-venomous, are present on this site. Be careful where you step near brush and rocks. Also, don't place your hands where you cannot see first. Always be on the lookout for a bee or wasp nest, swarms, or signs of aggressive behavior. That brings us to the end of this orientation. We hope this information will be helpful while visiting our wind farm. If you have any questions about health, safety, or environmental issues, please ask your site representative. Thank you for visiting our site, and thank you for watching.